drive them in the mud. Nothing but the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The ball's out! Philadelphia's gonna win the Super Bowl! Oh my God! Oh my God, what a game. Eagles win it on the final play of the game. That's what I prayed for. That's what happened. Eagles get the first Super Bowl win ever. New England Patriots sent home. This was a game I watched from the very beginning, watched every play. The halftime show was great, but it was back and forth. The most offensive yards, most offensive yards in NFL history in a Super Bowl. There are over 1,152 offensive yards. I think in the end it was closer to 1,200. I don't know the exact stat on that. Deep ball, Patriots, incomplete, Hail Mary in the end zone. Gronk can't come up with it. It was tipped several times. Game over. But let's go back. The previous drive, New England had the ball stripped away from them. Then the Eagles would recover the football, go 3 and out, kick a field goal, making it an 8-point game. So even if the Patriots got a touchdown, they would have to get 8 points. Not only the touchdown, but then the 2-point conversion. The best Super Bowl I've ever watched. Even better than last season where the Patriots won it and the Pittsburgh Steelers still remain the team with the most Super Bowl wins. This game was crazy from the beginning. Only one turnover in the game, which was a Nick Foles interception after Alshon Jeffrey tipped the ball up in the air. But there were no sacks in the game, which is shocking knowing Philadelphia's defense. Now, like I said, it's been the craziest Super Bowl I've ever watched. Nick Foles gets a trophy. Even after Carson Wentz went down, I thought their season was over. They won the Super Bowl against the greatest dynasty according to NFL Network in NFL history. Are they still the greatest dynasty? I can't wait to hear that conversation in the weeks to come. This was the craziest game I've ever watched in NFL. You know what? I have to say congrats to the refs for not giving New England this game because I know they've done that in the past. Jesse James catch. Incomplete even though he's reaching for the touchdown. Here in this game, a similar play, they called that a touchdown. I know in the back of the end zone, Eagles had a controversial call. That could have been, I would have said that could be incomplete. They said that was also a touchdown. Those two calls gave the Eagles the game. It didn't give it to them. They had to work for it. But I'm glad they were not controversial. They weren't biased towards the Eagles. I mean Patriots. I'm glad they could do their job properly, and that's why they're in the Super Bowl. I know last week, Blake Bortles, it was kind of controversial, but that's not the game we're talking about. Eagles win the Super Bowl for the first time in franchise history. That's all I care about. I am so happy right now. This will make my week for going forward. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty stuff of the game. Like I said, Nick Foles had an interception early after Alshon Jeffrey, but that wasn't really on him. Nick Foles, congrats to you. I think you should be the MVP of this football game. I know Tom Brady passed for like 500-plus yards, no turnovers, a few touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, I believe. But did he win the football game? No, he didn't. 4th and 10, he kept the drive alive on the final drive of the game with about 40 seconds, no timeouts, at your own 7-yard line. He didn't convert a first down, but in the end, they couldn't get it to Gronk. Now, let's go back to the kickoff on the final drive where they're only at about 48 seconds after this was already 41-33, I believe, at an 8-point game. On the kickoff, I don't remember who it was, he pitched it back. They did a pitch on the kickoff. I've never seen that in the NFL. That was the most risky play because if somehow the Eagles recover or if it's a fumble, you're screwed. And it also kind of did screw them because instead of being on the 25, they're at the 7. That's not why they didn't score, but it could be a huge reason because if you throw a Hail Mary from the 50 versus the 33 or 30 or 40, that's huge. And that's a huge reason. That's not a huge reason, but that could be one reason why they weren't able to convert that touchdown. But remember, even if the Patriots got that touchdown, they would have to get a 2-point conversion afterwards. That all aside, I think the MVP in this game should be Nick Foles. That one interception he did throw was because his receiver tipped it back in the air. Alshon should have batted that football out of bounds because it was on the right sideline at the 5-yard line. Nick Foles played outstanding. He was a second-string QB. He should have the MVP of this game. Secondly, Blunt. I know last year you won the Super Bowl with the New England Patriots. This year you win it with the Eagles in your face. I'm sure that's what you're thinking right now. I'm so pumped up right now. This was a crazy NFL game. Congrats to you. Congrats to the Eagles organization. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy you could defend Tom Brady and say he is not the greatest of all time. You guys are, at least this year. And Tom Brady said you're going to come back next year. I would like to see how far you get in the playoffs, and hopefully the Steelers can be there next year. Congrats to the Eagles. Congrats to everyone in the Eagles organization. Nick Foles, MVP. Lay it on the table. Leave your comments down and leave what you think who should be the MVP and how you thought of what you thought of the game down in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like on the video and make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Till then, Go Eagles.